show you inside the car how we ran the fire suppression. But before we do that, hey, I wouldn't go show inside this car. Like, I get it. I beat Travis and Ken both, and while I don't blame them for teaming up with Subaru and doing their thing, and I know they're coming here to Ohio to beat us, I don't blame them. But I'm going to show inside this car to help people out. So don't you guys be looking at any of my secrets in here and trying to take them. Also, you run your suppression however you want. I'm just going to show you how I did it. I had to ask a few people to figure out what I was doing, and this is what we came up with. So hopefully this can help save some other people some headaches of having to figure all this stuff out. But Travis and Ken, you guys don't be stealing all my secrets in here. Trace fair straight up. Also, I wasn't going to do this, but I figured out that old Al in that LS car, they ain't coming to Ohio, or I wasn't going to show this. So I know he was gunning for me too. But since Al ain't coming, I'll show you guys inside the old Ridonkulous Rabbit. But I'm going to show you, all jokes aside, I'm going to show you how they ran the suppression. Hopefully this helps you guys out. Okay, so we mounted our tank in the back of the car. Hopefully you guys can see. Let me turn some lights on. Check this out. Yeah, look at it. Dollar store light. Oh yeah, look at that. Thing was like $2 or $1. So we mounted our bottle here right behind the seats. Our pull cable runs up through by the tunnel of the car. I still have to fasten that down, but it's all up there mounted. Bottle's mounted, line is ran. I ran it around here and went up the back tube of the cage to the main hoop, around the back of the main hoop, and I kept it underneath the main hoop of the cage, so if we were to roll or something happened, it doesn't smash the body down and pinch the line. So we went underneath there and up to the front. Now I'll walk up front here and show you how we did that. All right. Here we go. Yeah, right there. So that's a nozzle I ran for the co-driver side. Like I showed you earlier, we went underneath. I zip tied it to the cage here, to the cage here, and that nozzle is directly over the co-driver. There's different places to run it. I didn't know where to run it. Actually, originally I had it ran up here and pointed at the firewall, and I talked to some people and they said run it overhead, and it made sense when I thought about it. So we went overhead. I mean, the purpose of fire suppression is to save you and get you out of the car, not necessarily save the car. While it sucks to have your car burned down, the biggest concern is to get whoever's in the car out safely, and in the end, that's what matters. At that point, hopefully you can grab your other extinguishers and fight the fire wherever it is. But the point of the suppression is to get you out of the car alive, and so you want that pointed on you. Is it going to suck? Probably. But it'll be way better than being burnt. So we put them on top, so it's going to suppress directly on us and give you time to do whatever you need to do to get out of the car. And I will now show you the driver's side. And I basically did the same thing with it right there. And I have my nozzle, which is a 3-way nozzle, pointed directly over me. So one side of my nozzle will be spraying at the co-driver, and one side of his nozzles will be spraying at me, and then we'll have 2 extras on top of us. But we ran it up the back like I showed you, teed it right there, and from there we split it and went out the cage on the underside. Like I said, that way it doesn't get pinched or smashed. If you have it above the cage and roll the car, I mean, you technically could crush that line. Once that line's crushed, it's no good. So we ran our pull cable up the tunnel, like I said, and route it to the back. And I mounted mine on the dash, so it's directly beside the kill switch, start, lights, and all that stuff. Our panel actually had 2 of those flip toggles right there, and we removed one of them and it fit right in there. I think I maybe drilled the hole out a little bit, but fit perfectly in there. Also, another tip is if you want to leave that cotter pin in, at least up until you're on the stage, so somebody doesn't accidentally pull your fire cable and set your bottle off, you probably might need to run a small drill bit through there because that pin is extremely tight getting in and out of there. But that's it. So here it is from this angle. It's right behind the seats. They also recommended to put the bottle vertical and pointed up, or side to side, so I'm assuming the head of the bottle isn't pointing at you guys in the car in case something were to happen. But that's how we did it, and pretty happy how it turned out. My buddy Roger helped me get it all in the car here, and like I said, we had it ran up the tunnel, and I just changed it tonight, but I'd say this is how it's going to stay. So hopefully showing this and how we flared the lines is basically all that there is to it. Everything else is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm hoping this helps everybody out. And if one of them top teams thinks this gives them advantage over me, so be it. I'm here to help you guys. I'll be demo my own. But seriously, thanks guys. Hopefully this helps. Check it out. Let me know what you think. And we will see you guys at Ohio. Peace out.